What's up, guys? Shay from Body Slam here. We are back with a new video, and it is Topps Finest break recap time. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through all my Topps Finest breaks, the spots that I purchased, what they cost, what I got out of the breaks, what the value was, and what the return was. And I'm really excited about this one. We had a really good return on some Topps Finest, and I'm excited. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. Let's go. All right, guys, we are back. Now, before we get into the recap, there is another Carnival stream coming up. It's October 18th. We're doing another 70 cards. There's going to be a lot of Finest in there with it being the new set. Autos, relics, parallels, numbered, rookies, all that good stuff. So hop in, come get some really good deals. Body Slam toys on whatnot. Hope to see you there. Now, let's get into this recap. And we're going to start with who I purchased, right? So let's take a look at the single and double case names that came out of these breaks. So as you can see on the screen, I'm going to do the two casers first. So Andrade for $10 in two cases. Bret Hart and Lex Luger in two cases for $68. Carmelo Hayes at $16. Charlie Dempsey at $5. China for $10. Ethan Page at $36. Grayson Waller at $10. Jimmy Uso at $26. Kofi Kingston at $16. Mick Foley at $68. Raquel Rodriguez at $26. Rey Mysterio at $40. X-Pac at $10, Batista at $6, Damian Priest at $16, Penta at $20, and Zoe Stark at $6. That is a grand total of $389 for the single and double case names. So we're going to look at the cases that were 3+, names that I purchased in what I consider multi-plus cases, right? So let's take a look at that. Braun Breaker, my main PC guy, 11 cases, $495. AJ Styles in 5 at $67. Lash Legend in 5 at $88. Elton Prince and Kit Wilson both in 4 cases at $20 apiece. Trish Stratus in 4 cases at $72. Ray Phoenix in 4 cases at $40. I had the S spot in 4 cases, which is basically a bunch of smaller S names batched together. So 4 cases of that spot at $72. Bronson Reed in 3 cases at $28. And then we had 3 serial spots at $70 total. So what a serial spot is basically, let's say you have 3 big names. Let's say Jordan Grace, Rhea Ripley, Zarya, right? And nobody wants to pay full price for those spots, so they serial them off. So everybody pays a smaller amount, like a $15 per spot, and you get a serial number. So let's say if I have 7, for example, all cards that are numbered to 7, 17, 27, 37, 47, and so forth would come to me because I have serial spot number 7. So I had 3 of those spots in 3 cases, $70 total. And my total there was $972, which gives me a grand total spent of $1,361. And sorry if I'm like pausing when I speak. This is like take 8 because my camera battery keeps giving me an error and I keep having to restart. So I'm trying to like rehash what I've already said and what worked well. You know, Jey Uso, you know. Yeah, so hopefully it doesn't do it again because me and my camera are going to fight if we have to do it again. All right, let's take a look at some of these hits, guys. Let's go to the small cam and let's look at the high numbered parallels and high numbered hits down to 25. All right, so let's go. Out of 199, we have Santos Escobar, Psycho Sid, Shawn Spears, Braun Breaker, and Trish Stratus. Out of 149, Grayson Waller, Andrade, Sean Spears and Braun Breaker. Out of 99, Braun Breaker. Out of 75, Braun Breaker. Out of 75, Grayson Waller, Bret Hart, AJ Styles, and X-Pac. Out of 75 on the Intimidators die cut, we have Braun Breaker. We have Trish Stratus on the finishers and X-Pac on the finishers. Out of 50, we have Bronson Reed and Cactus Jack. Out of 50 on the base, we have Grayson Waller. Out of 35, we have Lash Legend. Out of 25 on the rare die cuts, we have Psycho Sid or Sid Vicious and Nathan Frazier. 25 base, Scarlett and Lash Legend. And out of 20 on the Black Vapor, we have 6 or X-Pac. So, what am I valuing these cards at? And how do I value these cards? So I take cards that are either the same card or similar cards and compare them to eBay and 130 Point, and then I create a value based on what has sold, either of the same card or something similar. So this is the way that I valued my parallel hits. So the purple checkerboards out of 199 I valued at $3 a piece. So 18 bucks for 6 cards. Blue checkerboard to 149, $3 a piece, so $12. The die cut to 99, Braun at $5. The gold refractors at $4 a piece, so 20. The out of 75 inserts at $10 a piece at 30. The out of 50 golds, look, that's a 2. That says CARD2. Anyway, valued the Reed at 15 and the Foley at 20. The black refractor out of 50 at $5. The out of 35 die cut at 10. The out of 25 refractors, I think I did one at 5 and one at 10, so that's 15. The gold refractors at $10 a piece, and then the black vapor refractor at 15. That's a total of 185 bucks. So we have a ways to go, don't we? We do. But luckily, we have the lower numbered parallels and the autos still to come, which always makes up, you know, the bulk of everything that's left over. So let's go back to the small cam and let's look at those parallels. All right, AJ Styles out of 10 on the common. Ray Phoenix on the rare, number to 10. That is a beautiful card. Beautiful card. Charlie Dempsey on the base auto, Finest Moments. Nathan Frazier on the base auto, Masters. Raquel Rodriguez on the Finest auto. Bronson Reed on the Finest auto. We have Elton Prince on the base. Elton Prince on the base ×2. Kit Wilson on the base. Braun Breaker on the base. Braun Breaker on the base ×2. Elton Prince on the out of 75 blue checkerboard. Bret Hart on the Finest out of 75 blue. Braun Breaker out of 75 blue auto. Rey Mysterio out of 25 on the auto. Kofi Kingston out of 10 on the auto. We have a Dark Energy case hit of Mankind. Another beautiful card. 1/1 Kit Wilson on the rare Attitude base card. I don't even collect Pretty Deadly anymore, but I have to add that to my Pretty Deadly collection because I didn't have a Kit 1/1. I have 2 Elton 1/1s, but not a Kit. So that is definitely going into the PC. And the last card is Lex Luger on the Masters Auto Gold Vinyl 1/1. That card is awesome. And his signature has gotten so much better over the years as well. So those are the bigger hits. So let's go ahead and let's value these bigger hits. So the AJ Styles red out of 10, I valued at 50. The Ray Phoenix rare red out of at $75. The Charlie Dempsey auto at 5, and the Nathan Frazier auto at 5. The Raquel Rodriguez auto at 25. The Bronson Reed auto at 15. Both Elton Prince autos at 5 apiece, so $10. both Braun breakers at 50, so $100 total. The Elton Prince auto at $10 for out of 75. The Bret Hart out of 75 at 75. The Braun breaker out of 75 at 60. The Rey Mysterio out of 25 at 60. The Kofi Kingston auto out of 10 at 30. The Mankind Dark Energy I valued at 175. There was a sale at like 125, and I think that was way undervalued, but there was a sale at 200 as well. The Kit Wilson 1 of 1, I'm putting at 250. It's probably going to settle around a $200 card, but I think it being like the rare insert might help it a little bit. But at the same time, it's a new set, so the price is going to be a little bit higher than it should be. And then the Lex Luger 1 of 1, I valued at $500, which I think is very fair, seeing that his 2021 Finest sold for $450, and this card is better than the last card. Also, his auto has gotten so much better than 5 years ago. So all in all, we have ourselves a grand total of $1,445 as a total return. So with just those cards alone, we've already surpassed what I put in for Finest on the big hits. But if we add in the other hits, so 1361 spent, 185 plus 1445 gives me a total of 1630. So if I take that 1630 and divide it by the 1361 that I spent, we have 1.19 or 119%. So for the first time ever, guys, for the first time ever, we have actually come out in the green on a wrestling card recap video. This is awesome. This is awesome. So Finest treated me really well, and I know it is not the set for most people. I know some people don't like it. They don't like the checkerboard parallels. It makes the cards hard to see, or it's overpriced, or whatever. Look, guys, I'm gonna share some personal thoughts here. If you don't want to hear the personal thoughts, then you can check out right now. But for the people, the real people, like you guys know the deal. So I was able to get a lot of spots for a really, really good price. And I understand that we have two apps, and I know that one app you have your breakers that get allocation, and then one app you have your breakers that a lot of them don't get allocation. So on one side, the prices can be a lot cheaper, right? With that being said, I buy a lot of spots on Fanatics Live. I buy spots on Whatnot as well, but I tend to spend more of my cash on Fanatics Live side because I feel like that's the way breaks are supposed to be, right? Same with like the Pokemon world, right? People go and they buy the cards at retail, and then they take them to a card show, or they put them on Whatnot, and you like try to upsell it and get top dollar. As a consumer, I'm gonna go where the best value is, so that's why I spend more of my money on Fanatics Live for Finest versus what I spent on Whatnot. And people who I buy from on Whatnot, like I buy from them because I like their streams, and I like what they bring to the table. Not necessarily because it's the best value, it's because I like to support them as a business, right? So for Topps Finest, I spent most of my money on Fanatics Live because the deals were just unbeatable, right? And I mean, it is what it is, right? The people who understand, right? That there are some breakers on Whatnot that definitely understand how things work, right? And they know that they don't have the best prices, but at the same time, people still break with them because the breaker makes the stream, right? And there are a couple really good guys out there that I don't mind spending the extra money in their streams because I like their streams, and I like them as people, and I like them as breakers, and I'll continue to do that, right? But yeah, I mean, there's options out there, guys, right? So use them. That's all. That's all. I didn't mean to ramble, but it is what it is, right? So I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys on the next Finest Rip. Because I think that's what's coming up next. Because I don't know where my freaking PSA submission is. I don't know. It's being held up. I don't know. All right, guys. Peace.